What's up? It's Durreyl the Galaxy, and we're back with another episode of Nize What? And we are here at Wasega Beach today. It's looking lovely. It is a little bit chilly. It's about like 20 degrees. I wish it was like 27, but that's okay. We're grateful because the sun is out and we're still having a great time. Do a quick outfit check for y'all. Very simple today with the black. My cast is matching my glasses. Hopefully, I'll get to interview one of my great friends, Omo. She does design work, which is absolutely amazing. So we're here with Omo, and let me tell you guys, I just gotta big up my friend because she's an artist. She's a visual artist. She's a visionary. And she's able to just compile different textures, different designs, put them together in different settings, in museum installations, art installations. Let me tell you, I just want to big you up on that because for real, your designs and everything are gonna go platinum universally, internationally. That's what I want to say about your art.
Oh, that's so nice. Thank you. I like creating different environments. So
environment matters, especially because like within the last 3 years, we've all been inside or been in the same environment. Some people traveled, but a lot of people stayed home and like just saw the same city, the same environment. Do you have any thoughts about the GTA or Toronto and what could benefit us when it comes to environment, infrastructure, design?
I think making it livable is probably the best way I could define it. Like, how can you make it so you can actually sustain yourself properly and you're working really hard? So, where can you have value? And where can you make sure that you're coming home to something that's a reflection of all the hard work that you do? It makes you feel secure. That to me is the baseline. And I feel like as a city, we've kind of veered away from that. And it's only the super wealthy who are able to have any sense of place in the city. And it's just frustrating because it's going up every day and you're getting hit from every angle. You go to buy food and it's like, why is there no cauliflower? Cauliflower was always readily available. Why is cauliflower expensive?
And it's a hybrid vegetable too. It's not even like an OG. I remember saying something a couple years ago in an interview about quality, and that quality doesn't necessarily have to mean expensive. Quality can mean being creative to bring on some type of quality.
Absolutely.
So right now, I do feel like art can save the world, but when we're talking about Toronto, art in general, like the more we keep that and that can help us connect more. So like I remember you telling about different perspectives on how to build places to even be outside or be inside and how it's designed. That goes with that futuristic, type of thing that's happening right now. What do you think about Afrofuturism and design? And do you think that's something that we can bring more into the GTA in Toronto?
My views on this is the thing that makes Toronto what it is probably the art scene. That's kind of what gives everyone culture here. It's the music, it's the art events, it's the Black people, it's like the spontaneous things that pop up. That's the culture. But that being art based means that usually the people who partake in art, who are the creatives, do not have the money to sustain it. Afrofuturism, like if I'm going to connect those two ideas, Afrofuturism is us dreaming up an idyllic future where we have the ability to like self-determine and have authority over our spaces and we have sovereignty in some of those stories. Like when I think about that, I'm like, you have to have room to dream and then you have to have room to make that dream actually come to fruition. Afrofuturism, it's almost like it's always going to live in a dream space. The dream is always so far out that you can conceptualize it, but we almost know that that isn't going to actually happen within our lifetime. But I think it's because we, like, for so long haven't really had the opportunity to make a realistic life for ourselves.
It's been like suffocated. And assimilating, and we gotta show our culture like this only because everyone can tolerate it like this.
So you have to dream very far out. But then I think of things like Caravana, for example, just looking at it from a conceptual lens, when you think about the idea of masquerading or like taking Caravana from Carnival, like from Trinidadian Carnival, and thinking about like us feeling emancipated, when you look at what that looks like, it looks like a dreamland. All the costumes and the colors and the masquerading, like it's meant to look like a dreamland. And you can go so far into history to see how we've always kind of had these masquerades happening, even in Africa. Feels like a fantasy here on Earth. But yeah, so when I think of Afrofuturism, it's like, how do you really dream up this life that you really want?
I do feel like there's a split of, is tech going to be beneficial for us, or is it going to keep us locked in even more and we're going to get lost in the sauce in the metaverse? And I feel like if we're able to transmute tech with the culture, because Afrofuturism is more advanced in everything, in design and how we celebrate our culture. So if we're able as a unit, whether it's different pockets in different parts of the world, realize that not only are the statistics for Black women getting higher with technology and the inventions, but understanding that could be kind of like an initiative or a starting point on how we use tech and why we use tech. To bring up Wakanda, because it's a Hollywood version of how we would use tech, but it is something to at least look at and understand that tech is already happening, the future is already happening. It's just up to us to
use it.
Yeah.
That's interesting because there's a lot of fear around AI. There's a lot of fear of them basically mining our data, but it's data that they already have that they're just going to learn how to use. I think it's probably not the best idea for Black people to be afraid of AI and just find ways to, I guess, hack these algorithms that are very biased. So I like a lot of the art that's coming out that is utilizing AI to create new images of Blackness, like basically changing the prompts so that you're creating new ideas of beauty. Like I think of my friend Zoe, who uses AIs to recreate Caribbean Black women with artificial intelligence, but she's making images that feel familiar to us. Like, okay, I'm searching in Google and I'm looking for Black women at the beach, right? And it's only showing me light skinned women, for example. It's because algorithmically, that's what our society's kind of leading to. Like it's reflecting your society in a lot of ways. It's not reflecting the truth, but it's reflecting like our preferences and our biases. So if you're able to use AI in a way to retrain that, I think you should. I think it's really important to do that before like the larger entities, really take over. You have an opportunity now to influence what those larger entities feed us. So
you brought up your friend Zoe and Vince Fraser.
Vince Fraser, yes,
awesome. Y'all know Vince Fraser. If you don't, check out Vince Fraser because his art is immaculate. He has different moving 4D, fifth dimensional type of AI art and digital art, and he brings it into the lineage of tribes like the Arawak tribe. He brings up, the Caribbean tribes that were there. He brings up Igbo tribe. Like he really shows specificities within our culture and exactly what you're talking about. So if you're like a Vince Fraser, get on it because we need you. We need the Missy Elliott's. Okay, we do need to understand that we are in the future. It's not really going into it, but this is the future, and that's what's happening. So if you guys really want to check out Omo's designs for real, check out her Instagram because she's always doing different workshops and things like that, especially with your textiles right now, I believe.
Yeah, I'm doing more textile-based art right now because I feel like it allows me to tell some of these stories, but in a more tactile way. Probably always had textiles, and I would say ceramics as well, as a way of telling our history. And so I just like the idea of learning through that medium. So I've just been doing a lot of research and making around that. But yeah, if you're interested in seeing anything like that, I guess follow me.
Yes. Follow her. I'll definitely DM her, follow her, email her. I'll link her handle and everything in this video. And I'm so grateful that we got to do this today.
Me too.
At the beach. This was another episode of Nize What? And we'll be back with another one. Shout out to y'all. If you are interested in the interview, be sure to email nizewhat@gmail.com. besides that, peace and love to y'all. And thanks, Omo, for having us, or thanks for coming with us.
Thank you for having me. Bye, guys.